Hey there, this is Latoya from Emerald Astrology, and this reading is to help you who are sensitive to Mercury retrogrades and liminal spaces and just need some support and strengthening your voice to get through. Mercury is a planet of communication, and when it goes retrograde, it can make, some mishaps happen, especially around communications, missing alarms, missing meetings, losing your way all while you're trying to get to meetings, all the kinds of things like that. So, or just kind of like having to rethink how you use your voice. So, this reading isn't specifically for those that are, for us who are experiencing Mercury retrograde, but you can come back to this reading if you're needing some support and strengthening your voice and sharing, what you think and what you feel to people that matters. So, yeah. But before we go into the reading, I have some announcements to make. So, if you are a tired intuitive who is sensitive to the cosmic energies, I have an online space for you, and that is called the Moonwell Gathering. Within this container, you will receive the wisdom about the lunar eclipse in Virgo, be in community, and get the space that you need to drop into yourself finally, because, yeah, you've been superwoman for way too long. So if you want to hear more about that, definitely either click the link in my bio, click the link in the description, wherever you are hearing this video. And some upcoming markets that you should save a date for. I have two markets coming up this weekend. On February 7th, I will be at Cosmic Pickle Road with the Austin Witches Market, and that's going to be from 6 to 10. And then on Sunday, February 8th, I will be at Radio East with the Austin Witches Market from 11 to 4 p.m. So that's a day market. And then on Friday, February 13th, we got the Aphrodite market with the Austin Mystical Market at BUZZMILL. And then lastly, on Friday, February 20th, I have the Pisces party with the Moss Market at Annie's Day and Night, and that's going to be from 6 to 10 p.m. The Aphrodite market on Friday, February 13th is 6 to 11. So these are some things that you should know about, some markets you should know about, an event, the Moonwell Gathering you should know about, because these are where I'll be holding space for you in a way that you need. All right, so let's dive into this reading on strengthening our voice. So the first card we have here speaks about the subtle messages that is trying to reach you right now. So the first card we have here is Ace of Pentacles. Now, Ace of Pentacles talks about opportunity, opportunity around material well-being. So increasing your finances, increasing your ability to gain more in a way that ensures financial material security. So this is great because there is potential happening here. And this is a subtle message that's trying to reach you right now and figuring, this is connected to your voice somehow. So through this opportunity, whoever is listening to this, this is a potential thing that's coming up for you. And it's up to you to see that opportunity and take it, because it can easily evaporate, easily move on, if you don't walk through that gate, walk through that portal, say yes to the opportunity. So, where are you being asked to release overthinking or control to help make this happen? So, King of Pentacles in reverse. It seems like a very financial kind of um, situation going on here that's going to help strengthen our voice. So, yeah, we are having to release this tendency to not care about our money and be responsible and master our money, have our money work for us, not us work for it. So, in order to make the most of what we have and what's to gain financially and materially, we need to become better managers of our resources. So, Mercury is also it's a very like it rules a lot of different things from communication, but it could also um, rule over commerce and how the transaction of money is happening. So if we are not respecting our resources and what we know, we lose opportunity to gain more security financially, materially. And so this is what's being asked to be released is this tendency to not to care, you know, not see yourself as someone that is managing resources for a community. The King of Pentacles isn't ruling him just himself, but he's ruling over others too. So this could be, if you're owning a business, if you are, um, running a company and having to deal with resources, like this is now it's like, especially with the Mercury retrograde that's coming in Pisces, this is like really showing like we got to get better at managing our resources. All right, so what is influencing your perception, especially around communication? So we have Five of Swords that popped up. And so this is kind of like the attitude is got to win at all cost. Even though it might hurt some feelings, even though it might, sever relationships prematurely. And yeah, so it's like having to win at all costs and not care about how resources is utilized in a way that can benefit not just you but others. We miss out on the Ace of Pentacles. We miss out on the opportunity that is trying to come in and be, open up some new pathways for you. Um, we block that with this attitude or this perception of having to just get by and and maybe that be cheating or uh, just not caring about how we're using our words. And so this can really hurt a lot of feelings. This can really hurt some people. It can hurt our connections that we have, and again, prematurely sever relationships that are actually could be beneficial. So these are the feelings that are influencing your perception, especially around communication. So the next card here is what is coming through? What's trying to come through in your dreams or intuitively? And Two of Cups had came up, and so this is like really talking about, okay, partnerships. It talks about the exchange again, what we are exchanging, what are our values that we have that we are having to agree on exchanging, or just like what is our values so that we are making sure the relationship is balanced. And so as we are entering this liminal space, we have to rethink like what relationships that we have that we're wanting to maintain and how we're maintaining that based on the values that we hold dearly. And looking at the lion here, being courageous about it, being able to be courageous about, hey, this is what speaking up about what you care about and how you want to show up in relationship. So the next card here is where might your confusion, projection, or denial be present? So Ace of Swords, holding back on your voice. This is Ace of Swords in reverse, holding back on ideas that you have due to, again, feel like you got to win at all costs, having to manage your resources better. So it's like we don't have it. We don't have the stuff that we need. Therefore, we're behaving in a way that is not inclusive to partnerships that could be good partnerships for us, but we're just kind of being very selfish. And so now, yeah, this like confusion is coming out. That's because we're suppressing our deepest truth. And this is like not allowing the breakthrough that needs to happen. And so this is coming up. It seems like with the Mercury, entering its shadow, relationships are very much impacted, or our partnerships, the way that we are relating to other people. And I guess this makes sense too, as Jupiter is in Cancer in retrograde, we having to rethink who we belong to and how do we take care of ourselves and them at the same time without feeling like you're just doing what you got to do, um, because someone told you that that's what you should do. Yeah, so I see needing to speak up around this is what this Mercury retrograde in Pisces, or if you're just listening to this reading because the title jumped out, this is what we're needing to do. The next card here is what past conversation memory or pattern is returning for healing. So Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It seems that, we are, again, that Jupiter in Cancer, trying to take care of everybody, trying to do it all for everyone, be the breadwinner, be the homemaker, be the one that just takes care of everyone emotionally, financially, especially, and materially making sure they're comfortable at home, but then you're forgetting about yourself. And so this pattern is needing to be recognized of like when you are over giving and not giving to yourself. And again, with that core, that influencing perception of like I gotta win at all costs. I gotta do everything no matter the cost, no matter how much it hurts myself, how much it hurts others. Um, yeah, this is like leading to burnout. That's what I'm seeing. So this pattern is needing to be acknowledged, need to be seen, so that integration can happen and we're managing our resources better. So, what practice, boundary, or truth will keep you grounded as Mercury stations retrograde, or just during this period in time that you are moving through? If we're if we're not listening to this during Mercury retrograde, the Devil card came up. So, what practice, what boundary? So, I think with this card, so this card, every time I see it, it makes me think about what contract, what are we are committed to? What are we saying yes to? And even though it might not be, or just like having to be aware, like again, the exchange, is this draining? Is this commitment, this partnership, this relationship that we're in, is this draining or is it giving energy? Is it, keeping you stuck in this addictive cycle, or is it helping you be aware of the shadow part of yourself so that you can set yourself free? And so I think the practice here is acknowledging where you could be deceiving yourself into, I have to be committed here, when really you could just easily take the chains off. You can easily say, hey, this exchange, this connection is not beneficial to me, and actually missing out on taking better care of myself and my resources, and offering myself to relationships that are actually revitalizing, because I don't have to keep this connection to win at all cost and at the cost of me. This is what I'm seeing here for you. You don't have to stay in connection, especially if it's suppressing your voice. Speak up. You don't have to stay in connection to people that are not giving back to you as much as you're giving, because there's always an exchange. There's always something that we're trading in our relationships here. So yeah, I see managing our time, energy, money better so that we are not draining ourselves, we can question our reality. And this is how we can start to do better at strengthening our voice and speaking out for ourselves and what we are needing in our relationships and not stay caught up in a toxic loop. All right. So that is the reading for you. I hope that you got some insight here. Again, I have some markets coming up, so I would love, 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 love to see you, at Cosmic Pickle Road or Radio East or BUZZMILL or Annie's Day and Night. Or if you want to be online and hang out online, I have the Moonwell Gathering, and you can learn more about that. So thank you so much for listening. I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day or night whenever you're listening to this. And if you're listening to this in time for the Mercury retrograde shadow coming in, which actually that I didn't tell you when that lands. So that's going to be around February 11th when Mercury enters its shadow. I mean, listen to this again, around this time, Mercury 11th. I mean, February 11th, I'm sorry. But whenever you're listening to this, I hope that you have a great rest of your day and see you next time.